morning. We have our Dunkin'.
It's Dunkin' Friday. Nice and early today. Right, Donna?
Yeah, it is early, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's Friday morning before we open. This is unusual for us. Look at how perky we look.
Tell us. We look better, right? We look better. Please tell us we look better
We're
now.
not tired. We've got color on our face.
Or at
Our
least the
lipstick
makeup
is
hasn't
still
worn
on.
off yet. I think that's going to be the
My God. My hair is in place.
big difference, right? How are you, Dinah?
I'm doing well. So
What's
nice to
been
be back.
happening?
A lot.
Dinah has been traveling, as you know, but she's been back for about 10 days.
I know. It feels like I haven't even gone away.
I know. Don't you hate that?
It's like
You're on the
less than
high for about, how
24
long does the
hours.
high last?
Wait, what happened? I came home and something was wrong with the car. I had to pick up the car. I wasn't even home like 12 hours.
Back to reality.
Oh my God. My car was being, I have to return my car.
It's a lease, right?
Right. So I had it cleaned and detailed, it was getting inspected. And I swear, I think at 8 in the morning, we landed at like 12. I got home at 1 in the morning, and by 8 in the morning, I was at the mechanic.
Oh my God.
Ooh. Hello.
Plus
welcome
jet lag
home.
too. You get the time change.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so how was your trip?
My trip was great. Went to EYF, which was really exciting.
Mm-hmm. Tell us. Spill the
Okay,
dirt. We want to hear.
I've been thinking about how I can summarize the trip. The best way for me to summarize it is, when we go to Vogue Live, we're working.
Vogue. Yeah.
We never get to walk around the
show.
show and be an attendee.
Mm-hmm.
Being at EYF was me. I had the opportunity of being the attendee. So I was able to walk around, look at all the booths.
You didn't have to worry about schlepping or setting or...
No. I went at my leisure, booth by booth. It was totally overwhelming. Customers will always say, oh, you're going to Vogue Live, I'm coming. And the first thing I always advise them is, take it day by day, or if you're coming just for the day, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
There's so much to see, and the inclination is you want to buy everything, but you need to be a little focused.
First,
have an idea of what you want to do.
That must have been difficult, though.
It was. I mean, I knew ahead of time I was going to buy certain things.
Right.
I knew I was buying the rose cardigan from La Bien-Aimée that Andrea Mary designed. I knew I wanted to acquire something that was relatively local, whether it was British or French or just something European from over there.
A fiber, you mean?
Fibers, right. So I had a few things in mind. And then, of course, I got sucked into just my... I need to have this, and I need to have that.
We need this bag. We need that bag. Right?
Exactly. So there were a few of those purchases, but overall, it was amazing. There were a lot of indie dyers that I never really had a chance to see. Ushitita, Olan. There was just a bunch. I can't even think. La Bien-Aimée was so exciting. She was my first stop. I was so excited to see her yarn.
You had to make that your first stop,
Had to make it my first stop. I was so excited. Amy's amazing. Bintu is very sweet. She let me try on her cardigan. No, guys, I did not knit it that fast.
We know she knits fast.
Not that fast.
That
It was not my cardigan. I just tried it on, and I was joking around, but I did buy the yarn, and I can't wait to cast on. And I've been holding a lot of restraint because I've been waiting for the podcast. I wanted to show everything first, and then after this, I guess I have the green light.
Now she can cast on. So let's see what she has done by the next podcast.
So anyway, it was really exciting.
And who did you see there? Did you see people there? What people did you see?
A lot of people. Well, I went with a bunch of people, which was really nice. I went with a whole group. We kind of
from New York, right?
From New York. I don't know who it was that called it Team Awesome, but it really was a fun team. We went around. It was great. There was, of course, Stephanie from Asylum Fibers. There was Christy Glass. I met Danielle, Jamma Darlings from her podcast. Leslie, I met up at the airport, which was a lot of fun.
You traveled with her, right?
Yes. Nicole. There was Cecilia. I didn't have a chance to speak to Kristen Lair as much as I would have liked to, but she's from Brooklyn. Who else was there? I know I'm forgetting someone.
A bunch of people.
East Bostricot. Oh my God. Hello.
Melissa and Lisa.
Yes, Lisa and Melissa.
It's always fun to hang with them.
Yes, of course. It was just a wonderful group. I hope I'm not Nicole.
Well, I think the main thing is you're in an atmosphere, and probably anybody realizes if you've gone to a Stitches or you've gone to a Vogue Knitting Live, is when you're in an environment with like-minded people, you share a hobby of, whether it's crafting, knitting, crochet.
Absolutely.
You just love to be, you're immersed in that whole...
That was incredible for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never, we'll go to a show, when we go to TNNA, like it reminded me of Rhinebeck.
It did.
Yes,
okay.
Because we're surrounded by people talking our talk and, with the people that, who
TNA
share
is more
our...
businessy.
Yes,
yeah,
although we still love,
right. Yeah.
But this was just fun because I wasn't working.
Right.
I was just attending. It was so much fun.
Which is different.
And I want to go to more events.
Fest. You want to go to more fests.
It doesn't have to be necessarily a fiber festival, but an event where it might be a retreat, it might be a fiber festival, or just something going on where I'm around my people, my knitting fiber friends.
Knitting buddies.
It's so much fun. And I met a lot of people there. There were podcasters in the Podcasters Lounge. I saw Kathy from the Knot House. I saw Tracy from the Grocery Girls. Of course, Lisa and Melissa were in the Podcasters Lounge. Christy Glass was there. I did not speak to too many new people in the Podcasters Lounge.
Well, the podcasters that were there, were there, this is a silly question maybe, a lot of European podcasters?
I met the Periscoping Sisters.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go.
That was nice.
There's a girl that I've watched her podcast maybe 3 times, and she's from Denmark. She's a young blonde girl, and I know she was at Edinburgh. And I'm going to look it off to the side.
She was there. I met her.
You did me. Very
yes.
Sweet girl.
I can't believe
I was watching her
podcast.
It's Lark. It's not Lark. She said that's the English version of her name. In Danish, it sounds different than Lark. But she's a blonde girl. She's young. I don't know. But anyway, I've watched somehow her podcast came across my YouTube channel. I don't know what it was, and she's very interesting too.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, here we are.
Steiny's going to show us a few things of what she got.
Sharing what I got. Okay.
Yeah, we all want to see.
Well, I also met Isabel Kramer, but that was in the second part of my trip.
That's lovely.
I missed her actually at EYF, and I had the pleasure of seeing her in Germany. And one of the sweaters that I wanted to purchase was yarn for the Humulus.
Yes.
Yes.
That fabulous sweater.
Mm-hmm. So I should probably insert a picture in case you guys don't know what it is.
In case you don't know what the Humulus is. Which...
But this is the yarn. It takes 2 colors. And how would you pronounce that?
The name of it?
Ulysses.
Ulysses.
Okay. So I bought it in gray. The body of the sweater will be in the gray. And I bought my notorious, my classic Dinah colors. This is like my uniform.
That mustardy gold.
Yes. So this will be in the yoke for the color work.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there was so much
It's even a little more intense in person than it's coming up on the screen.
Yeah,
it's a little washed out on the screen.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
It's a great color.
Love it.
So there was a lot of color work over there.
A lot of color work.
A lot of color work. And it was really interesting because I had worn my Sunset Highway sweater. There were a lot of swanchos. Like all the Americans brought, the color work. Right. And it was amazing. I was surprised at how many people did not know who Caitlin Hunter was over there.
Is that right?
Yes. What's the name of the pattern? What's that design? Even, I was wearing this.
Yohi Logatelli?
Yes.
They didn't know Yohi Logatelli.
They knew Hohi, but they didn't know the starting point.
Really?
It's just amazing how the trends are different over there. They do a lot of stranded color work, Fair Isle.
Yeah, I was going to say, when they did their stranded color work, what kind of a pattern was it? Was it more the traditional looking Fair Isle?
Very traditional. Right. So this is almost like Caitlin Hunter. It's almost like pop Fair Isle.
Do you think this is going to be something that's going to
I think we opened up there. Yes.
Really?
I think they liked it. Yeah.
Nice.
It was fun. It was at least all the pieces that I was wearing. Not that there was so much, but I got definitely a lot of inquiries, and people were taking pictures and writing, notes.
It's a little, it's different.
It's an unusual
traditional Fair Isle. Yeah. And what Stephanie had knit up the what's it called? Being a Kodiak
shawl.
The Kodiak. That's a Caitlin Hunter. Correct?
That's also Caitlin Hunter.
Yeah.
And I know Christy was wearing a lot of her stuff.
Yeah.
There were a lot of Zwigs there.
A lot of Zwig. That's been a
Debbie from is it Black Mountain Yarns? I hope I'm saying the name of the shop right. Debbie, I met Debbie there. She was wearing her Zwig.
Is another lovely, and that's a little different. It's a little different than the regular color work. You know, a little
Yes.
bit different on the top.
Yes.
Because it has that lace inset. But didn't Kathy from the Knot House wear her?
She was wearing
She had
hers.
his white,
Yes,
right?
yes. And in fact, my other purchase.
That leads us to
purchase number 2.
now this is
acquisition
from
number 2.
La Bienne.
This is from La Bien-Aimée. And I picked this yarn. These are the 2 colors.
And which base is that? Is that the single base?
Yes.
It is.
The Merino singles.
Okay.
And I'm going to do the yoke in this colorway.
Lovely.
And I'm going to do the body of the sweater in this colorway. And it's kind of coming up.
It's like a gray-brown.
Yeah.
It's almost like a walnut.
It almost looks like the whiskey barrel.
Whiskey barrel. I was going
Right?
to say that. Whiskey barrel from Madeline.
It's brown with black undertones.
Mhm.
Definitely a basic. So
But I like that the lace section is going to pop
I think that's going to be
with
really
it. That'll
pretty
be
together.
lovely. Mm-hmm.
So that's
So
another
now those are,
acquisition.
she has 2 sweater acquisitions now, right? You've got the Humulus
Yes.
and the Zweig.
Yes.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. Should I
Keep
move on?
going. Move
Okay.
on.
All right,
Let's
I'll
go.
keep going. All right. This is the rose cardigan.
Oh, you have to show. Oh, this is the. Yeah, you have to show us that.
And I think it's backwards, but that's the rose cardigan. I got to meet Andrea in person.
And she
And
signed it, I see.
Yes, she did,
Nice.
which is very sweet.
That's nice.
So
It's
this
always
is the
nice to
cardigan.
have the hard copy like this. Don't
It
you
is.
think?
Yes, it is. But when you do buy it online, I think I understood that she has an Excel sheet.
Yes.
And, you know.
So in other
So she's-
words, you're cabling on row 3, and you're also decreasing maybe at the neck. This is what's happening on that row.
Something like that.
So it makes it much easier than you, because we always make our own charts, right?
Yeah.
Yes. What are you missing? Your bag.
Oh,
it's right there.
Yeah. So when I made this purchase, I was fortunate enough because I was like one of the first people. No, not one of the first people, because people who are podcasters actually went in. But I went in early enough to receive one of their bags.
Oh, at La Bien-Aimée?
Yeah, so this
That's lovely. Is yellow their color?
Yeah,
Is that
yellow
their color?
is their color.
Yeah.
Amy loves yellow.
Yeah.
And this is the colorway. You might want to help me, Pam.
Sure.
All right, actually don't have to carry all the colors. But
Well, we'll get the idea of the fade. I don't. You know better than me. I don't know.
honestly,
the
I
order.
don't know because Vinci
There is
wrote
an
the
order because it does fade.
Yeah, I think it might go like that.
Okay. I'll hold these 2. I'll hold those 2. Look
So that's
at
my
that.
colorway.
Look at that. So this is like a kind of silvery,
Silvery
speckly
gray. Yeah, and it goes into the pop coral,
Look at those
which
colors.
is a little loud, I know, but,
No, but
it
it's a
was
fade.
so
The
fun.
whole
And when I
sweater
tried
is
it on,
not
I
in
just
that.
loved it. It made me happy. So now this sport weight is actually an unusual weight. We don't
Mhm.
really have any sport weight, so I did
Yeah,
place
we
an
don't have
order.
one.
We have that coming in. We have a beautiful order from Autumn and Indigo coming
Oh,
in,
lovely.
and that should hopefully be in the next week or so.
Fabulous.
So that'll be exciting.
So they could use that to
Yeah.
do their, if
Rose-
they want the rose card.
Mhm.
Is it a kit or is it individual?
It's actually, I ordered it from Autumn and Indigo as a kit.
As a kit, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you really
But-
need that subtle fade.
But for the gauge, the sport weight,
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain yarns that actually, I mean, we have some fingering
We were
weight
just
that knits
talking
up as a
about
worsted.
we were just talking about that the other day. Like
So you don't necessarily have to go by
the gauge may be worsted gauge, but they're achieving it with a thinner yarn.
Exactly,
Look at who was in yesterday with the Humulus,
Linda.
Linda, and
Linda
she's
Javarda.
using Madeline Tosh DK.
Mm-hmm. Knitting it up as a worsted.
And we have
which
another
is fine.
customer doing Fern and Feather, right? It's Monique.
Mhm.
Monica.
Yep.
I'm sorry,
just-
Monica.
No, Monica.
She's doing Feather and Fern out of Madeline Tosh.
Correct, knitting it up as the worsted weight.
Yep.
So you could definitely play with gauge.
Right.
You know, swatch it, see if you like the way it looks, and if you're comfortable
It's just
with
so
it.
much
There's no
fun.
reason-
It's really a new twist on knitting sweaters, I think, with this stranded color work and all these things. It just
Yes.
seems that it's more people are becoming sweater knitters now.
I like the trend. It's
Right.
Yeah, the trend is definitely moving.
I mean, it's still knitting other things, of course, but
but the commitments are more interesting.
right.
Rather, I mean, of course, scarf knitting, cowl knitting.
Oh,
those
it's
like
always
instant.
it's always the socks. People are
Right.
always going to be knitting that. Yeah.
Oh, I should get my socks. I started here.
Ooh. We'll leave that for another podcast.
Okay. All right.
What else do we have? What else was an acquisition? I notice we're saying acquisitions.
Yes. I think that was the favored.
No, I don't think so. There were
Come on.
people that agreed with me.
There were people that agreed, but what
Of
was
course.
favored? If
Well,
you had to go down the list.
I
Pam.
still say it is not.
Pam.
It is not.
Okay.
It's now those
You're
are still
entitled.
projects now. Those are still projects now that you need to knit. that you're
Yes.
going to knit. Not that you need, you
But
want to knit.
I've acquired them.
But you still... Okay. Here we go. Well, what is
Okay.
this?
This
Nothing.
yarn, you know what I should have done? I should have taken a picture or
Oh.
posted a picture of all the projects that this, like what this was intended for.
Well,
But
you
this
can
is,
stick that in
I
there.
can insert a picture. This yarn was intended for Fair Isle mitts. I actually
they're
saw
so
them
pretty.
in the Isolde booth.
You're talking about the ones that go like this and like this
Yes,
at the top?
and it looks like a star or a snowflake, like a galactic.
Yeah.
At
We
the
have to
top.
make those, Dinah. That has to be a
Very
knit along.
pretty.
That's definitely going to be a knit along.
So the yarns there, the natural yarns, tend to be a little coarser.
This isn't bad.
No, this is not.
Oh,
I went for
alpaca silk.
exactly
Yeah.
tweed. So these are not going to be durable, but they're certainly going to feel nice on my hands, and that's kind of what I went for.
It's a sport weight again.
So this yarn here
Look
is
at that.
actually plant dyed, which is really nice.
You have alpaca, silk, merino, and bamboo in this yarn.
which is lovely, and it feels really nice.
This color is called, I love it, it's called witch hazel.
Like
that
look
name.
At the names.
Oh, look at that lovely label. Does yours have what? Oh, look at that. Because it's plant-based, as Dinah said. Look at the label. What does the red one say?
Chocolate Cosmos.
Oh, love it.
Right?
Oh.
And this one is dyed with, where is it? Rose. Is it Rose Alba?
Let me see.
Is it Rose Alba?
Rose Alba.
Alba.
Rosa Alba.
Rosa Alba.
And there's that. Oh, I love that.
Isn't that
I
pretty?
love that with the little things. Look at that.
So these are going to be mittens.
Mittens, nice.
I showed you this. I showed you this. Then I fell in love with these two skeins from La Bien-Aimée.
Aren't they pretty?
Look at that color. Colors. Look at the colorways.
What's it
That's
called?
beautiful. One is called
Santoki.
Santoki, and the other one is Dusk. The bottom one is Dusk.
Lovely.
So I just fell in love with the colors.
By the
One
way,
is a speckle.
Dinah.
One is
Yep.
no, you're fine.
My mind is, you said dusk. See, this is how my mind works. And I thought last night when we were leaving the shop, did you see that sunset?
I stopped and took
Did
a
you
picture.
take a picture?
I did.
You have to insert it.
Oh my God.
I had to go the
But it
other
wasn't-
way. Otherwise, I would have gone and taken
I
a
don't know
picture.
if it was such a great
it
picture.
didn't- You know, that's the one thing with the sunsets. They never photo as nice.
Never.
That was the most amazing.
I'm going to my photos
It
right
was
now.
like coral and blue and pink. It was
The last
stunning.
picture I
Let me
took
see.
yesterday.
Oh, that doesn't even do it justice.
Oh, you can't
You
see
can't
it
see
at
it. It's
all.
all washed
Oh,
out. Maybe
horrible.
you can insert it, crop it a little bit.
It was crazy insane.
Is that the picture you took?
Yeah.
Oh.
But look, the telephone pole was right in the middle.
No, but crop it out. Move it. Maybe you can edit it a little bit. My mind again. I apologize, Diana. I saw the.
It was no, I know,
saw the
I
name
know where you're
Dusk.
going with that. Great minds think alike.
I said Dinah's going that way, and she's going to take a picture.
Oh,
I
did
knew
I
you were going to
stop?
take a picture.
I'm
but
lucky I didn't get pulled over.
The
'cause I
sky
had my
was just
camera.
the sky was lit up, and you know it's that kind
The
of
sun
thing
was
that
perfect.
it lasts for maybe 60 seconds. You know, it constantly changes. But I had to go the other direction, and
I was at
missed
the
it.
point where I actually was slowing down to stop and take the picture, and the sun had gone down.
Yeah,
like it
had,
moved that
right.
quickly.
It goes very fast.
Yeah. Okay, so
One day we're going to go to the dock. We'll take a video on a beautiful sunset, and we'll post it in
sounds
the.
good to
How's
me.
that sound? Love
Sounds
that.
good to me.
Okay, what else do we have?
Ushitita.
Oh, lovely.
Heard about this yarn. Never had it. Had to acquire skein. I can't tell. The colors are not coming up as rich.
Yeah, it's more, go closer. Maybe go closer. It's the lights.
Oh, there we go.
That looks better.
Fairly
Yeah,
good.
that looks good. That's it.
So that's, what colorway is that? Love is a battlefield.
I
like
love that
one.
name.
And then this is a beautiful color. So this one is different. It's hand dyed, but the concentration on the speckle
Pretty.
is more emphasized.
It's got a little bit of a lavender or
Yeah.
a color going on.
Tiny Dancer.
Nice.
Then I acquired a skein of Olan, which, look at this color.
Oh, go
Is
closer.
that crazy?
It looks more blue from far away, but it's really purple.
What is it called?
It's called AR Archaic. Archaic. Archaic.
Archaic. The handwriting is so small. But look at how gorgeous.
Go closer, Dinah, because it's looking blue.
The purple is really more
it
of a
blue
violet.
on the other
it
side?
looks blue in the camera,
It's purple.
but it's purple, guys.
Yeah,
It's definitely
It's
purple.
beautiful.
All right. So I acquired that. I don't know what I'm doing with any of this, but I acquired it.
It's nice
Guys,
to
look
acquire.
at this.
Look at this one. This is cool. Look how pretty that is. Go closer on that one, maybe. Get the colors.
Look at the fibers.
Yeah.
The camera, the lighting is going in and out.
It's got pale greens and pinks and gold in it. It's really lovely.
And it's mohair.
What is that called?
It's brushed.
Brush Surrey. I think it's Surrey. Baby Surrey.
Baby Surrey, yeah, excuse me, it's not mohair. 65% baby Surrey alpaca, 20% merino wool, and 15% silk.
Silk. Look at that.
Now, Layla was wearing a sweater. She's the owner.
Made of that?
Of King Fiber, or Chang, it could be pronounced either way. She had, I think she was wearing a marled sweater, the Stephen West new marled, is it Marled Mania? The new sweater, it's like in the yoke, and then it's got the marls going across. Anyway, she had this worked in.
Was it all in that, or was it that mixed with other fibers?
No, it was with other fibers. This was just a little accent, which
Okay.
was, they thought was interesting, because she had a different base in there, so you don't necessarily have to do all the same fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I purchased.
I
acquired The Shift by
You've
Andrea
probably
Mowry.
seen this. This has been on.
This has been popular on Ravelry. This is her new cowl, and they had a special colorway at one of the booths. Now this is not, I could buy this at home, but because it was a special colorway for EYF, I bought it.
Tell the names of the colors.
Okay, one is called Lathe, the Meadow, and one is called the Castle, which is this one, I think the bottom one.
Yeah.
So
lovely.
And there's her beautiful spin cycle pin. Love that. So that's a kit to make that.
We have a couple of things to make in spin cycle, right? The cowl.
Yeah, which
we haven't done.
No,
we will.
I bought this. What was the name of this animal again? God.
Camel. No, it's a color. Camel.
No, it was something with an M. Hold on, I'm going to look it up.
Go ahead, you look it up. Let's see what this is. Look at that, guys. You know what? I'm going to see if I can. Can I open this?
You can open it. It's adorable.
It's
absolutely adorable.
So that you're not looking at it. Look at this guy. How cute is this? Should make one for Lucy.
You should. It's Morag.
Morag.
Yeah.
Morag the Highland Coo.
There you go.
Is there such an animal as the Highland Coo? That must have been done for Edinburgh, right? Is that?
I think it was.
Probably, right?
Yeah, he was like the big facade there. He had the
he was?
Yeah,
oh,
he was like the character for the photo booth.
Nice.
They had sponsored one of the rooms, and they had a photo booth, and they had a life size. I posted that on Instagram.
Did you get? I'm looking at this now. It's reminding me. Did you get the Edinburgh bag with this guy on it? Did you get this thing while you were there? The bag?
I did not.
I didn't.
No. Because I acquired so many other bags.
I don't know if I could help myself.
I did not, but I pre-ordered pins. And I will get that as a pin, but interestingly, they didn't let me pick it up there.
Because they have to send it to you?
And they wouldn't send it until after the festival. So that should be arriving in my mailbox.
That's nice. I mean, when you say you ordered pins, how many did you order? Did you order for the shop? Or did you order for you personally?
Yeah, and I think I ordered something else. I don't remember. There were... Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll be surprised. We'll be surprised. It's always nice. She'll find a surprise in her mailbox. Right?
Okay.
It's so nice to come home to those things.
And then
I
got myself a new pink hazel bag.
Maybe this is why she didn't get that big.
Exactly. This is the crossbody bag.
Speaking of, I never saw this one before. Put it on, Dinah. I think you should put on.
This is actually new.
Stand up.
Danielle, Gemma Darlings, actually named this bag.
What'd you name it? Oh,
the Eden bag.
Oh, the Eden bag.
Yeah.
So it's got the pull, the drawstring, right? Pull. Look how neat that is, guys. It's got a
real
nice heavy-duty leather hand strap,
which is removable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
look at the colors.
It's very well made.
Look at the colors.
Interesting. Do you guys see a theme here?
Is there a trend going on? Very good.
I don't know.
Very
good. Still consistent.
Well, listen. You can never, ever, ever have too many project bags. It's for all those acquisitions, right?
Exactly. So I actually had the pleasure of meeting Annette.
Well, I'm getting hot.
She's the owner and the lovely crafter behind Pink Hazel
Bags.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it was just a pleasure talking to her and meeting her. Mm-hmm. And we have another order set up, so hopefully those bags will come in shortly.
Nice.
And that was really a lot of fun.
What's that yellow bag I'm looking at down there?
Oh, I forgot about this one.
How did you forget about this one? Look at this one.
I lost my virginity
She
at
got one.
EYF.
She got one. Fringe supply.
My very first Fringe supply bag.
It won't be your last.
It won't be my last.
But it's the La Bien-Aimée. It's the La Bien-Aimée yellow.
Yes.
Yeah, which
so
is
I'm
nice.
very excited.
Mm-hmm.
And in here,
what is in there?
I acquired some pins.
Ooh.
This is the pink hazel bag pin.
That's cute.
For sewing machine.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a little trading while we were there. So the lovely ladies at East Bass Tricot gave me their pin.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little trade fest thanks to
Oh,
Christy. She had a cute idea to do that.
That's cute.
I acquired a spin cycle pin. And a resting knit face.
Let me see that one. Resting knit face. Funny. Oh, that's from Stephen and Penelope.
This one I had purchased earlier, but it's not on my bag yet.
That's the
Christy Glass, the
Dominator. Dominator.
Yes.
Oh, these you have to put on, Dinah.
I do.
You do. You really do.
Asylum Fibers.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie gave me her pin.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an adorable one. Ready, guys? No drama llama.
Oh, that's cute.
How adorable is that?
That's cute.
Everyone needs, whoops, I'm losing it. Everyone needs one of these.
We all need a no drama llama.
Yeah, let me put it over my sleeve
Nice,
so you can see
nice.
it.
Very nice.
What else did I get? I saw Katrinkles. Katrinkles. I saw Katie.
From Katrinkles.
From Katrinkles. Yeah, this is hers. And she gave me a cute little tag.
Oh, that's cute. Does
And
it say
says
anything?
EYF
Oh, nice.
2018.
Oh, that's nice.
With the little logo.
Oh, that's nice.
Very
I
cute.
like that. Yeah.
And Leslie was sweet enough to give me an EYF tag.
That's cute too.
And I believe it says Team Awesome, but it's probably written backwards. So I acquired that.
I like what it's attached to.
And I acquired some buttons.
What do you mean? Oh, buttons,
Yep.
like buttons.
Yep. I bought an organic lotion bar, which is really lovely. I'm thinking about bringing this in. The smells, it's of lavender and rosemary. The only issue I have with it is once you open it, it's not that portable. It comes in this box.
Once you open it, it's open. It stays open. Where would you keep it though?
Yeah, it doesn't have. So I need to talk to her about.
Maybe we should use it and see how it is. Maybe.
Yeah.
What
I don't like the fact that I
can't. Is it like
it's
a
hand bar?
It's
a lotion bar.
Yep.
Oh.
Like a soap?
Yeah, I'll open it now. Let's use it.
Well, then once you use it, you use it. Though.
So what? You'll understand what I'm talking about. So it comes wrapped in this paper.
Oh, how cute is that?
But once you open it, it's like I have to rewrap it in the paper to keep it.
It says solid bar. Oh, hands gently massage. Oh,
It's like a regular lotion bar. Want to use it?
Oh, it's the kind of bar that I see what you're talking about.
But we don't have a tin to
you need
store
a tin
it.
To
So like,
store
how are you
it
storing this in your bag?
Oh,
It's kind of like it stays at home.
Yeah, it's going to dry out, I would think, if you don't put it in something. Oh, this feels lovely.
Lavender
Oh,
rosemary.
this is lovely. Oh, who doesn't need this? At the end of
Exactly.
this winter we've had,
Exactly.
right? Yeah,
Speaking
but now
of
where
winter,
do you put? It's still winter. It's like 33
did they say
degrees.
snow
this
on
month.
Sunday?
I hope not. It's Lucy's birthday party. I hope it's Saturday.
How much snow could one have in a season?
Well, the funny thing is, it's all been late in the season. It wasn't that
Crazy.
much.
It shifted.
This is lovely. So I understand what you're talking about. You
So
have
this
to have
is
a container to put it in.
Exactly. What am I going to store it in a Ziploc bag?
No, that wouldn't look good. No, you'd need a tin of some kind.
That's my issue with the lotion bar.
I see what it is.
Yeah.
But it does smell lovely.
It does, right?
Keep
be
this
here.
up.
This is another new little thing we got in the shop.
It's got all lacy scissors on it, but of course.
Look at that, guys. Little crochet hooks.
Who doesn't need that? You know, even
Fix the stitch.
use it as a keychain. I mean, really, how great is that?
Awesome.
It's got little crochet hooks on it.
Okay. What else did I get? Whoops.
I don't know. What else did you get?
I bought this.
Oh, we got to show them these things too.
Yep. Where's the pattern for this one?
I didn't know there was a pattern for
Yes,
that
there
one.
is. It's actually underneath in your pile on the bottom. So this is beautiful yarn. It's almost like a magic ball. but the yarns and fibers change.
Oh, wow. Is that all in there? Is that in that?
Yep, that's it. 2 skeins make a cowl, and look at the cowl there.
Isn't that great?
It's beautiful.
2 skeins make a cowl. I love
This
that,
is
Dinah. That's a
Adele's
big
yarns.
cowl, too.
Yeah, it's lovely. So something for the spring. I bought a bunch of colors.
Oh, fun.
Here's another one.
Oh, you have other colors? I didn't see that.
Because they're still packaged.
Oh, that's like a teal and a cream.
Yeah.
Nice.
2 skeins make the cowl, which is a lot of fun.
Oh,
Green.
I love the green.
Because everybody loves
You could
green.
put green with this if you wanted to.
It's actually, this is another. It's 2 of the same color, but I have pairs.
Oh, so you're supposed to put two, you do. Oh, so I see. So in other words, this changes
This would
color.
make one, right?
Gotcha.
This would make one.
This teal has a little lavender in there,
Right.
so
It changes
I gotcha.
color with it.
Lovely. Shifting. That's a nice purchase.
Isn't that nice? Something a little different. Here's another one.
Mustard seeds. I love this one.
That
Oh,
was a little cash and
it's got a
carry.
little pink in there.
Yeah, very
Love,
pretty.
Love, love, love.
So limited quantities. So if you want that, better come in and get it.
And it is not online yet. It is not.
Yeah.
Speaking of online, I have to interrupt Dinah.
What's that?
Because Dinah's not going to say it. Maybe she will say it. I will say it.
What?
Guess what I did this week? I signed up for our newsletter.
You didn't.
I called Dinah the other day. I said, Dinah, guess what I just did? I have a label on my sweater. Don't mind this. But yes, so Dinah has, and it came out yesterday, issue 1, volume 1, issue 1 of the Knitting Place newsletter. So if you are first, congratulations.
It only took 20 years.
Well, listen, good things
Better
take time.
right, exactly.
Good things take time.
Exactly.
And they're worth waiting for.
Yeah.
But if you haven't subscribed, you can go to the website, right, Dinah?
Yes, you can. The Knitting Place. I think it's the knittingplaceny.com.
Correct. And subscribe and you'll receive. And it's going to be, now do they call this bi-monthly? If it's twice a month?
I suppose. We'll see. I hope I could stick to that schedule.
But, well, we'll try.
Yep.
We'll try. So check it out. And please give us feedback. Let Dinah know what you think.
Definitely.
If you
I'm
like it or
excited
not.
about it.
And it'll tell you what's more things that are going on in the shop.
Yeah, definitely. What's new.
New items.
We have a Pam's Corner.
Of course, that's why I told you about this.
We might have to
Only
give Barbara and Joan a little spotlight in the corner.
That's okay. I'll share.
There you go. Let everybody pick something. But
Right.
it's fun. So hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully it won't come out too often and you won't be tired of reading
see,
about.
this is what I always say to Dinah. I always say that, we're bombarded with so much junk, right?
Right.
Even on your
I have too
Instagram
many
feed,
emails
on your email,
in my
right?
box.
But when you get something knitting related, I mean, then that's what you say, oh, great, it's not junk. It's something I'm interested in, and you want to read that or you want to look at it, right?
Absolutely.
That's the way I feel.
I just never want to send too much
Right.
mail.
Well,
but
again, it's something that they don't have to look at it. They don't have to. It's too much. But anyway, let
Definitely
Dinah know what you
subscribe.
think.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
next.
you.
I'm sorry, I had to stick
No,
that in
that's
before I
fine.
forgot.
All right, let me see what else I got. I'm not going to go spend too much more time, but I did get these beautiful bracelets.
Oh, these are adorable.
So these are adorable. Here's one.
Look at that, guys.
This was a fun purchase. It's a magnetic
It's a
bracelet.
leather. Is it leather cording?
It's leather cording with stitch markers on it. That's a
See?
cute
As
little
knitters, we need our
stitch markers, accoutrement, any way, shape, and form we can get it.
exactly. And
And
look at
here's
this
another
one. Oh, that's lovely too. This has some silver markers on it.
Yeah, I couldn't resist.
That's now. Is this from somebody who is
This is
European?
a crafter. Yes,
It's a European
yes,
crafter.
a maker. Yep, from
Mhm.
overseas.
Okay.
And I think that's it. That's pretty much
Fabulous.
my stash.
But then after, one more thing about your trip. After Dinah left Scotland, she went to Germany.
Well, wait.
What?
Before I left Scotland, my brother and sister-in-law from
okay.
Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they met us there, which was really nice. My husband actually flew in. So Sunday, the show ended, and I woke up and my husband was there. He arrived in the middle of a blizzard. It was
really?
crazy,
Really?
freezing. Outside, it was like a snow globe. It was just nuts.
Well, when you were gone, we also had that storm. School was closed for a day. when
Right,
you
I
were
missed a
gone.
snowstorm. I was so upset because I could have been home with with Sophie. I was so bummed.
We all like those snow
And
days,
Danielle
right?
was here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love a
And
day where I
Danielle
could
was
just
here, too. Well, we were lucky
Hunker
here in the
down.
shop to have Danielle that week in the shop helping out.
Thank you, Danielle. I know you're not going to be watching this podcast, but
She
big
did a great
shout
job.
out.
She did a great job. And considering, it's very hard to walk into a situation where Danielle, I mean, she does know how to knit, right? Does she know how to knit? But she's really not an active knitter.
No, definitely not.
An active knitter. She's just graduated college. She's, starting to work. So, kids at that age, not all of them are they know how to knit, but it's not something they do all the time. So it's hard to come into the shop with customers you don't know.
Right.
And to...
she's familiar, just so you guys know, she's familiar with the inventory because she's really my back end. She helps me out uploading everything online. By the way, did we mention it last time? Our website is live. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Well, that's why the website is, well, you might have. I don't remember.
I don't remember, but if I'm being redundant, I'm sorry. And if you're watching it for the first time, our website is live.
So check it out. And that's where you're going to go and subscribe to the newsletter.
Right, through the website. Mm-hmm. But she's basically the back end helping me out, uploading pictures. So when new items come in, she's really responsible for helping me get it up faster because it would just take me, it's just too overwhelming.
It's in getting things on there. It's a new system and,
I'd rather be knitting.
Well, exactly. Should I knit or should I enter new inventory?
Input.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Anyway,
all right.
So what else is going on?
So from there,
you went to
we had a beautiful trip.
Right.
We ended up meeting the family, which was really nice because it was kind of like the bridge in between the two trips. Mm-hmm. So we toured around Scotland.
Did a little sightseeing.
Yes, we went to the castle. We went to another castle. We had fried fish and the vinegar. And even though I didn't photograph Jan, the vinegar, it was there. We had beers and we went to, we listened to jazz music. We listened to local music. We had so much fun. It was such great memories. And, I had fun, by the way, at EYF, going out to dinner and, with the people that I was with. Yes, it was so, so much fun. Mm-hmm. Just great memories. And I look forward to making more. And then from there, we went to H&H Cologne, which is a trade show in Germany. Very much like the trade show, or I should say not very much like. But we have a trade show.
Right.
We have the trade show like ours, TNNA. But over there, boys,
huge, you said, right?
Huge. I mean, I go to big shows. I've been to the JCK show, which is a jewelry show. My husband is in the jewelry business. And those are really extravagant. And when we went, I thought the show in Las Vegas was extravagant. And then we went to Switzerland to the Basel show one year, and that was extravagant. What they do in Europe is it's a different realm. Mm. They build these crazy facades. I mean, a booth could look like a cruise ship.
Really?
Yes. Wow. And it was like that actually at the yarn, at H&H. And I couldn't believe the difference, TNNA is here and, H&H is up here. Mm-hmm. So many men in business suits. The buyers... Unlike TNNA, where we go in, I'm an owner of a yarn shop. I'm buying for one shop. Mm-hmm. There are people, somebody bigger might be buying for their online web store like Webb's or Jimmy Bean's, like bigger stores. Okay. I'm talking about maybe a TNNA. Right. But when you're in Europe, there are buyers there that are buying for 600 stores. Wow. They're responsible for huge accounts, and they're distributors, like people that I'm buying from here in the States are actually there buying for their
stores in Europe.
No, but even like a distributor, let's talk about Barocco. If I went to the Lang book, mm-hmm. Lang is distributed by Barocco. Right. They wouldn't talk to me because the buyers, they're
selling to them,
the distributor.
To the distributor. Right. They'd be talking to Barocco.
It's to you. Very different. And
didn't you say one of the booths they had a bar set up?
Oh my God.
They were making drinks?
You could get trashed. There were bars, there was food. It was crazy.
But still, nonetheless, it's a great thing to see, right?
It was eye-opening. It was very different. And then it wasn't just actually yarn. There was fabrics. It was it's handicrafts also. So there was sewing, lots of sewing machines, fabrics, quilting, a lot of crochet, threads, sewing threads. Wow. I'm trying to think of what other crafts were there. But it was just amazing, amazing. Overwhelming. It was 2 very short, quick days for me, and it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Yeah, too much to take. Yeah.
Well, it was hard because you were coming off of
another
Scotland
trip.
And all of that.
And I was too relaxed. Probably I was on vacation mode.
So
all of a sudden
kind of work
I had
mode,
yes.
Which was
so that was right. But that being said, we did get one of the products actually that already came in.
Yeah, and it's sold out. A lot of it's sold out.
Yes, I actually had to reorder. So let me take some time to share. You want to start with the first one?
Sure. This is lovely. This is...
So this is by a Japanese company called Kahana.
I'll hold it up first.
There's, oh, that's perfect.
That's a nice color representation. And what is it if you...
So if you can't see, first of all, that's embossed. I think they call it Yuzen leather.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, Yuzen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful tape measure made out of fiberglass, so it's less likely
nice
to
and
break.
Smooth.
It's very well made.
Mm-hmm.
The leather is embossed.
How pretty is
it's
that?
Dyed.
I'll show you another close-up.
The craftsmanship is, look at the detail on the tabs, the pull tabs and the little hook.
Yeah.
So the Japanese, well, this particular company, they pay a lot of attention to detail. So it's high function and it's...
This is a really nice measuring tape.
It's well made.
Nice and smooth.
So
leather coated.
It's a little bit more of an expensive line.
Yeah, well, listen, but there's a place for everything, you know.
Right. If you want to treat yourself, that's a beautiful treat.
And the as you mentioned earlier, the measurements are in centimeters.
Right, on the unboxing.
It's not in inches.
So, right, they have to put everything in centimeters because they're metric. They're in metric, so they don't develop anything in the inches. Exactly.
And so these came in. This is like the red color, pinky red.
There's pink, right? There's navy, gray, a chartreuse yellow,
a teal.
Mm-hmm. So some of the colors I think are sold out, but they're all reordered, and I should have them by next week.
There you go.
So you could look on the website if you want to see all the colors.
To put in
this is a magnetic
Looks
spool.
like a spool of thread, right?
And it actually is magnetic. And it's a lot of fun. Let's see if I could put it against my sleeve so you could see. This is actually the mustard.
Matches your scarf.
Yep. And it's really cute. It's a little pin holder, so you could put that on the table.
When you're working, you can just reach for your pins. Your markers, if you have any metal markers, they would be great in there too.
Stitch markers, the cocoa nits.
Something different, right?
Definitely. So that's that. You want to show the little snips?
Oh, here they are. Okay. These are adorable. Who doesn't need these? Oh, look how tiny they are. I'll show it to you in, and then if I turn it around.
It has a little leather sleeve.
It has a little
sheath.
A little tassel. And the little leather sheath, if I take it out, you've got these little snips.
Now these are Seki shears, and apparently Seki is a really nice, well-made scissor company. And
how adorable is that? And they're very sharp, and they cut well. So we need this in our project big, too.
Definitely.
Right?
Now, a lot of people have been asking, does this fit in the little buddy or the little notion case? It does not. It does not fit in here.
Really? It's too tall, right? The handles.
Yeah, I don't believe that it does. I'll try it again. But that also comes in a lot of colors, and it's really adorable. And actually, does it? No, it does not.
No. It's a shame. You couldn't fit in one of these, right?
The packaging from this company is unbelievable.
Mm.
So when you're buying this little scissor, it's really packaged as a gift in a box. And it's
wrapped in cellophane.
Cellophane.
Wrapped, yeah.
It's got a little cord with the name on it, and it's just beautiful. It makes for a beautiful gift.
It's done very nicely.
So
speaking of gifts, Mother's Day is coming up.
Yes.
What knitter wouldn't like those? Now, what Dinah doesn't have here that she got also, I don't think you have them, the canoes, the canoe.
Oh, yeah, the totes and the little knick-knack bags. Those sold out, so I can't even show those to you.
If you wanted to see it, there's a Facebook unboxing that we did,
yes.
right? And it's on there.
It's on our feed.
It was this little gray, nice, heavy-duty canvas.
Waxed, waxed canvas.
Maybe shallow and long like a canoe. And there's also another item that's also sold out. It was this little canvas, right?
Yep, the little inserts.
The little buckets that you could insert. Now, you can insert them in the bag if you wanted to make little compartments. Or you could just buy the little bucket, and use it like, if you do knitting at home, like on your night table, you could put...
It's just a cute little stand-up tote. Yeah,
it's
like a little basket.
They came in yellow and gray and, I don't know what's the other color, blue.
Turquoise or blue.
Yeah.
I think pink is on this order, so...
Right. So those are sold out.
Are
they on the website?
Not those. I didn't have a chance to photograph
because they
them
sold out.
Before.
Are these on the website?
Yes.
They are, okay. Yeah. So they'll be on when we get them in. When do you think that might be in?
Next week.
Oh, so there you go.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right, a couple other things. I bought, I don't know if you guys remember in our episode from Rhinebeck,
Yes.
we met that lovely lady who was wearing
Yes.
the most magnificent scarf. It was crocheted.
We met a woman walking from by the food courts, and we stopped her and said, "What is it you're wearing?"
She said it was called Magical Lantern Scarf. Well,
Yeah.
guess what I found while I was away?
Hooray!
The pattern. So I got
it's
the hard
lovely,
copy.
Lovely.
And I'm not sure if it's available on Ravelry, but I believe it is.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it is.
So I'm excited to do one of those.
Absolutely.
All right.
What else do we have?
We have new
This we
product.
shared, This we did. New product.
New
Do you want to
product,
talk
new
about
product.
what's behind you on the mannequin?
Oh, we can. We could start with this.
Since she's standing there.
This pretty tank is
Really
actually a
can't
new
see it that
custom
well.
design for the shop. It's knit in Lang Splash. Pam and I can show you.
Show them the bottom of the piece, though, Dinah. I'll get the yarn. The detail on the bottom is nice. It's a relatively simple, which of course those are the things you wear all the time, but it has a vent at the bottom,
It's got a cute little side vent which overlaps.
and it's got a little, seam, a pearl seam, I guess whatever you want to call that.
Here, I'll just take it off.
Yep. Look how lovely that is. See, and you see the little side seam? Lift it up a little more. There you go. That's it.
I think we did speak about this yarn, but
I
here-
think we did. I'm just going to show you a few colors now that we have. Again, this is the, it's kind of gray. It looks like it's blue with a little bit of lavender and gray. That's one. Of course, the traditional, this is not coming up well. There don't happen to be a lot of, here you go. It's just gray and cream. This one is, what did you say that is, Diane? Is it greens and gold?
gray and gold.
Gray and gold. And this has
little too
been very
close.
popular. I need to
That's the pink.
pink with a little lavender.
Okay.
Put it there.
So that's been very popular. We had a couple of sellouts already.
Yep, and this is a, just so you know what it is a cotton, 77 cotton, 23 poly acrylic. So it's a nice, and it knits with a, I think that was knit on a 7, wasn't it?
7 for the border, 8 for the body.
There you go.
Mhm.
So not bad, not a bad size needle.
Nope.
And that's good.
So that's a new piece that's in the shop. So
New-
if you guys want to,
New to the shop.
yes, come in and start something for the summer. Hopefully it'll show up soon.
Exactly.
Should we talk about Shibui?
Yeah, why not?
We got the new Shibui lookbook in, which has been really great. It's been very popular. It's been well received. It's the spring-summer 2018 issue.
Mm.
And there's a pretty
They have a couple
Loose.
of customers making several items. in there.
cardigan.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's going to be easy for me to show you everything that's in here.
Why don't you go to the ones that
Have been
just
popular.
The one that who was making it the other day?
We have this one that's been popular, the Eureka Vest.
Yeah, that's the one that someone was starting.
Is that Sandy?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Lois, I think, and a couple of other people are doing this top.
That's nice.
It's got a swing bottom. I don't
Yeah,
remember the
that's
name
it.
of it,
Yep.
this one.
Mhm.
The Savannah.
That's lovely.
And there's a pretty top that has a sheer bottom, which is really interesting. They use the silk cloud to give you a sheer bottom. It almost looks like you're wearing a shirt or like a layer underneath.
That's what Ilona is doing.
That's also lovely. It's got a lot of movement.
Mhm.
And they have a new yarn this year called Fern. And it comes in beautiful colorways. You want to help me?
I'll take these ones up.
And it's a beautiful, is it 100% cotton?
Yes, organic cotton.
It's organic cotton. And it's got beautiful shades. I can read them off to you if you'd like. This one here is called Apple. And then we have Shore. This one is called Blueprint. I think this one is the Tar.
And then this is graphite. It's upside down, but it's graphite. This one is ash, lighter gray. And bone is the last one.
Beautiful.
Very pretty.
So we have the collection in Shibui. We have a lot of their fibers that support the book. They have a new colorway also called White. And this is their white in the twig,
The linen,
Yeah.
which is nice.
which is really nice. Your shawl has continued to be very popular. What are you wearing? You want to talk about what you're
Oh,
wearing?
yeah. As you can see, I have a tag on me.
Who
This
is
is-
that person that you're always talking about?
Oh, yeah. Now this. Who's the
Pearl?
woman? No, I can't believe I'm. Now you see? Minnie Pearl.
Who?
Is it Minnie Pearl?
Yeah.
She would
So
wear
I'm sure.
hats with the price tag hanging from them. So we always joke that when you have the label on, you look like Minnie Pearl. And Dinah says, Dinah doesn't know who Minnie Pearl is. And
No.
That makes me feel very
The
old.
other day I forgot my glasses and I was wearing I borrowed a pair from the shop and
She had
the tag.
a tag hanging off them.
Everyone
That's
said,
what
"You
everyone said. Minnie Pearl. And Dinah's like, who's
I have
that?
to Google her.
Anyway. So this is a sweater. This is a Sublime pattern. It's a new yarn to the shop called Elodie, which is over here. And I think this particular piece uses 9 skeins. Here they are. You want to take them out, or you
Sure.
want to just?
I'll do 5. So it comes in a variety of colors, as you can see. And Pam's got some.
I've got some over here. Let me just get them going so they're going the right way. Of course, they're a little twisted, but in any event, here's another. A greenish, blue, a neutral, and a little pastel.
I think it's a DK weight. Yes, it is a DK weight.
127 yards. And as I said, this piece, which is I'll stand up for a second.
It's actually 100% merino wool, believe it or
Which
not.
it's lovely. It's a lovely soft yarn. It
It looks like it's spray painted.
It's just, it's like a spray paint. It's a little short kind of,
You can see the color.
it's like a short kimono piece, right? I don't know. It's cute.
It's very cute.
It's very cute. So anyway, that's
Light
new for
layering
spring.
piece.
Yeah, a new yarn to the shop. And it's used to, you could use it for many, many, many different things, right?
Yes.
So that's fun.
We got new colors in Baja from Taki.
Oh, Baja.
So this was their cover for last year. And of course we got their new book this year. And I will
And this is the
pull up
Baja. It's a tweeded,
some
it
patterns.
was very popular last year. The one that Dinah just showed you was a great
This was
knit.
amazing for last year.
Yeah, and still continues to be
Yes,
strong.
people are still making it. They
yeah.
love the color
It
work.
uses, I think, 4 colors. It's done from the bottom up, and then it joins. And
Really nice.
yeah,
It's a great fit. But this
Yeah.
is their new collection this year. And these are 2
those
samples
are
of the
lovely too.
sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
So you could use the Baja yarn. It's got a lovely texture to
Yeah, and
it.
the Baja is 147 yards. It's 5 stitches to the inch on it says a 6 needle, and it's 100% cotton.
Here's another top. With
Yeah,
the dolman
that's been
sleeve.
popular too, that one.
So there are a lot of options.
So it's a fun yarn,
And we also got skinny jeans. in
which
new
we had
colors.
last year.
Did one
Oh,
fall?
one fell. Yes, it did. It did fall.
One ran away.
One ran away. Last year, we still have the denim colors.
Oh, definitely.
The
We're
lighter
just not gonna
denim
show
and
it.
the darker denim. And if you want to, Dinah's going to show you a few things in the book now.
This poncho in the back is done in the skinny jeans. That's done in the light denim. But
Mhm.
of course, you could see the new colors this year are shades of gray.
Black, yeah.
Because shades of gray are so sexy. And let me see. I
Get
know
your
that there's
sexy
some
on.
other patterns here. This bag is done in skinny jeans right here. There's a beautiful pullover with cables on it.
Yeah, in the front.
The front right there.
Right.
And we always, of course, we have the pattern support from last year. There was a couple of pretty pieces in the last year's book that continued to.
Oh, we
be
had the
popular.
vest last year too.
That's
yeah.
a pretty shawl.
Mm-hmm.
There's the crocheted shawl. If
Yes.
you guys remember.
If you go back to podcast number 1, I'll even tell you which one it's in. I
Podcast
crocheted a shawl at TNNA using the denim skinny jeans, and I'm wearing it in the podcast.
Yep. And this is a very popular piece, the Monaskin vest. So there are lots of options. It's a great ribbon.
Yeah. It's like a tape,
Beautiful
as you
colors.
can see from the. I'll just show you here. You see, it's like a. See the tape? It's a fun. It's a fun thing to knit with, and again, it's cotton.
I actually designed a piece for, remember,
I was
Fran
just
Bonet?
going to mention that.
Yeah,
It's 70-30, 70 cotton, 30
I don't know
nylon.
if you could see that, but that was a very pretty piece. I
Yeah.
posted it on
Yeah,
Instagram.
it's lovely.
It was using the 3 colors of the denim.
Yeah.
And you could do it in the grays if you wanted. So there are lots of possibilities, lots of options. It's a nice
Absolutely.
ribbon yarn.
Yeah. Speaking of ribbon yarns,
Yes. Are you doing an outfit change?
doing an outfit change. How
You're so
pretty is
funny.
this? Do I have it on? I have it on inside out. Nope. Leave it to me to put
Hold
it on
on.
inside out. If you
love
recall,
that cowl.
I do.
You
We
love
had
that cowl.
in the in one of our winter podcasts, we had the Areca. Hope I'm saying it right. I call it
Areca.
It's a cowl, and it was made out of Malabrigo mecha, which is a chunky weight yarn. But we have a lot of people who don't like wool. They want something lighter. So what we did is we knitted up in Roma. Here, Dana. Take these 4. Oh, maybe there's more. I don't know if you can take all of them. Which is another cotton tape yarn that's been for a couple of years, right? Has been very popular for us, you guys. And I'm wearing white with it almost looks like a painted on, right? Like
it's like a
metallic.
Copper. Yeah.
It's like mine has silver. This has gold.
There's copper.
Bronze.
Right. Some of the colors I forgot. Right. Some of them are actually two-tone. It's got the silver and the gold.
Correct.
So it depends on the colorway.
But we also have another Lang yarn called Soul Color, which is also a tape, more like a splashed look. So you could do the same thing.
Spray painted even.
I think I used 2 skeins when I made this, and I used every bit of it, including the fringe. And the nice thing about this piece is when you wear it, you're not even aware that it doesn't bother you when you wear it. It's so light,
and it doesn't add bulk. Like right now, I'm wearing this. It's
and you can add a little bit of color to your outfit. It's just really nice. It's been a great piece.
A lot of fun. Was it hard to knit?
No, not at all. I mean, it's a paid pattern on Ravelry.
Paid?
Yeah, you have to buy it. There's some ribbing, and then it goes into a lace pattern, and then you seam it and you fringe it.
Very nice.
That's as much as I can say.
Okay, without giving it all away.
I think it's $450 or $495 on Ravelry.
That's not
so it's not and again, it's nice because you can make it out of this, you can make it out of the wool. So it's one that you can make over and over again, and it's also a quick gift if you want.
Did you change the needle size?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't think I did. I don't remember that.
Do you remember what needle it was?
10, 9 or a 10, 9 or a 10.
Very cool.
Opened it up.
Pretty.
And of course, what I did do is after I made the piece, before I sewed it, I steamed open the lace, and I followed the measurements that they gave you on the
it looks really pretty.
On the directions, and it worked out beautifully. It really did. I mean, you don't have to fringe it, I guess, if you don't want to.
I think the fringe adds a lot. I feel like it.
I'm not a fringe person, but
but I think it.
I do like this.
It looks good.
It looks good.
Very nice.
I'm seeing one other new item to the shop, Dinah, that we didn't mention with new items.
Okay.
And it is one of my personal favorites.
That's a good one. Yeah. Ta-da! I mean, you've seen them before, but she has new colors. These are from Jezebel. They're the Notion cases.
Big Brother.
Big Brother. This is Cognac. And this is Khaki.
Look how great
new to the collection.
Look how great these are. Now, those little scissors would fit in this.
Yes, for sure. Amongst other things.
Yes.
How awesome is this one?
And who doesn't need,
stands
for me,
up on the table. And you could see your stuff in there. You don't have to go milling through.
And because it's soft and because of the Velcro, you can, like the harder case, you're limited with what can fit in there because it's hard.
Yes.
In that regard. But you could, I won't say you would stuff this, but you could put a lot of things in here.
I have news for you. I think I might even go to a restaurant and have this as a
crutch. Yeah.
Put my cell phone, my keys. Totally.
Yeah, why not?
I think I would.
Why not?
Hello.
And of course, it comes in the colors that we've always had, which is the dark denim, the light denim.
We're just showing you the new colors.
Right, the new colors. It's lovely.
It is.
So that's new to the shop, and
I think that's about it for new product.
Oh, but what we must do before the end of the podcast is we must do our winner.
Winner? What about wish Lucy a happy birthday? Guess who had a birthday?
Little Lucy.
Little Lucy.
Maybe we'll take it. Well, we can't because that's on Sunday. I was going to say we could take a picture at her party and insert it, but we'll insert another picture.
We'll insert something, and then actually
we had Barbara's little girl, Sammy.
Happy birthday,
turned
Sammy.
a year.
So we've had a very busy end of the month, beginning of the month. It's been crazy.
Well, this month is going to be even crazier because today's April 6th.
Happy birthday, Pin. I know you're not going to be watching, but today's my best friend's birthday.
There you go.
She's 50.
Oh, it's a big one.
A big one. And I'm gifting her.
Oh, that's right.
The girl's best friend shawl.
Girl's best friend shawl. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that is a great gift.
I'm not letting the bag out because she's not going to watch this, so she won't even know.
Don't let the cat out of the bag, right? She won't see it.
Don't have to worry.
And then we have Yarn Crawl this month.
Yes. April 19th to the 22nd. So if you need a reason to come out to Long Island and visit,
Come visit us, yes.
this is the time. We're going to have lots of fun things going on. I could tell you that I'm going to have a trunk show from a new company, Morag, which we will be hopefully unboxing shortly. And we have Stephanie in this. Yep, Stephanie is going to be coming in. Sorry, the lights just went out. The screen blacked out. From Asylum Fibers. She's going to be doing a trunk show. And I think she's going to have a few of those Kodiak shawls that we were talking about earlier.
Fun, yeah.
Caitlin
I've seen her on Instagram with them.
Yes, so if you've seen that on Instagram, and you might have seen it at the EYF post.
I was very impressed with her. I think she started knitting that on Sunday. Well, she dyed the yarn on Sunday, started knitting on Monday, and it was done by the time she landed in Scotland on Friday.
Good, very good. So that's coming in. We have new kits from Autumn and Indigo. We have a new free pattern that we're giving away at Yarn Crawl. It's to make this lovely cowl.
Oh, yeah.
And it's this year, actually, for the Yarn Crawl, all the shops were asked to design something, and you get a free pattern at every shop. So that's going to be fun. So we're going to have the kits to make this. What else do we have going on for Yarn Crawl? New
There's something else just now, and I can't. Well, you've got the
door prizes for every day,
and we've got the mermaid spell, which has been the local knit along.
Right. So by the way, if you have made a mermaid spell at any shop that you've gone to,
go to, yeah,
doesn't matter where, you come into the knitting place wearing it, you are going to be able to enter a raffle for something new. Not the door prize, but a separate prize. So I am encouraging you, along with other shops. I believe Tony, right? She's doing the same thing. So if you made that mermaid spell, wear it to the shops.
Wear it proudly.
Wear it proudly. It's also Saturday, the 21st, is Local Yarn Shop Day. It's the very first Local Yarn Shop Day that, I don't know who it is. Is it TNNA that decided?
I think so. I think
the National Needlework Association decided that April 21st is going to be Local Yarn Shop Day. So it just so happens that we were lucky enough to have it fall during our yarn crawl. Mm-hmm. So look for something special there. And if you do go to the shops, you make purchases, I think you get a free bag with, I don't remember, is it a $40 purchase?
I don't know.
But there's a lot of fun, a lot of prizes, a lot of special going on in every of the giveaways, specials in every single shop. So I encourage you, if it's the time that you want to come visit, it will be a good time to come.
What else is going on in April?
We have your guided knitting classes, which you can see in the newsletter, or hopefully, you know what, I should post it to the calendar on the website as well. Mm-hmm. I am going to be closed at the end of the month.
Okay.
I am going to my sister-in-law's son. It's my nephew's bar mitzvah in Israel, so I haven't posted the dates yet, but I will be closed for 5 days. So I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but I will let you know. And
well, people could still order online.
You can order online. Absolutely. So you don't have to worry about not getting
it won't affect anything if you want to order anything online, of course.
Yep. And we have a winner to announce.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a big winner.
Where is it? I just saw it.
I have it. It's right here.
There it is.
So we said we were going to we were going to gift, a mermaid spell shawl. And
to
Shauna,
a winner, to people who commented on the last podcast.
Yes. And Shauna from Lounge Strings Yarns was kind enough to ship us some kits, and this is the original colorway, or as close to the original colorway, because I think she said they were discontinued, but she was going to redo them. And this is what Joan Forgione originally knit her shawl in, and I'm sorry it's wrapped in cellophane. But the lucky winner is, go ahead, Pam.
Kathy Kithcart, Kithcart, and that's all I know about her.
Thanks for leaving a comment. Please email me or leave us a message on Ravelry, the knitting place, with your mailing information. And congratulations, you're the lucky winner.
You're going to be knitting a mermaid spell.
Yes.
Lovely project. And lovely yarn.
I was amazed at how many people left comments.
Yeah.
That was a real good one.
That was.
Very controversial. Whips, acquisitions.
Well, listen, we all have
UFOs.
our own, exactly. And some new suggestions for names.
Yes, actually, that was actually fun too.
You know.
Definitely interesting.
Whatever it is, we all enjoy working on our knitting.
Doesn't matter what you call them.
It doesn't make a difference what it is. And we haven't much shown we didn't show anything really of what we're knitting on this podcast, but That
I want to show.
you want to show?
Yeah, it's like 5 to 10. We're going to be
you
knocking.
can see I
you
gave
see,
a
like,
glance up to the clock.
looking at the clock there. We've got like a few more minutes.
Let's show it then.
Okay, where's your knitting?
It's over there. You want me to go get it?
Yeah, I'm going to go get mine.
Okay, well,
I'll stay here and talk to you and entertain you while Pam is getting hers.
Pam's getting her now.
Actually, will you be kind enough to get mine too?
Where is yours?
Mine is in my big fat squirrel bag.
Your big fat squirrel
Yes.
bag.
And in the zigzag stitch bag. So guys, we have some unboxings to do. You're going to have to stay tuned. I also have to, I promised, and I neglected to do it. I promised to tell Allie.
You're not going to believe this. Always happens to me.
What?
Guess what?
She left it at home.
No. Well,
Notorious. Wait, can you get my other one?
I'm sorry.
The black and white one.
This one here?
Yes. I was in the middle of forgetting to share something.
What?
I wanted to send a shout out,
To?
a very special thank you to Allie from Scotland, because I met so many lovely people. I met people online that actually knew who I was from my podcast, and I couldn't believe it. I was really like flabbergasted.
It's always nice, right?
It was very nice. But one woman, Allie, you know who you are. You stopped me in the podcaster's lounge, and you actually literally brought me to tears. The tears were popping out of my face. It was so moving. She came to me and said, Dinah, she stopped me like I was walking out, and I was just so humbled. I couldn't believe that somebody recognized me from, our little podcast here.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it was very charming. She said that, there's a whole group, the Scottish wifeys, they're in the hills of Scotland.
Really?
Yes, and they tune into the podcast. So
there you go.
thank you.
Thank
From
you
the
very
bottom of my
much.
heart.
Absolutely.
I shared the story with Pam, and it was just so moving, and you really touched my heart. You actually stole my heart.
There
So
you go.
thank you. It was such a pleasure. Yeah, I just had to share that because it was really
Well, it's always
moving.
nice. It's always
It
nice
was.
when you sit here and you show.
There were many, and I'm sorry that I don't remember all the names. I met so many women. There's the expats in Dubai. I should mention all of those
Nice,
ladies. Is it Mel? There was someone from Australia. I'm messing up all the names. I should look on my
the
Instagram.
main thing is that there
Sea
are
of String. I forgot
so
your
many
name.
people
I'm
that
so
you can't
bad.
remember.
I know you guys better from your Instagram names, which is terrible, but I'm actually I wrote it down, so you deserve a shout out as well. Go ahead. You want to pull out your projects?
Well, I can't find one of them as usual, Dinah. How many times do I go into my project bag and I'm missing a bag? Right?
Classic.
That's it's my knitting truth. Something I was going to pull out. I can't find it. I think I showed this at the last time we podcast. It was just at the very beginning. But this is my Veronica. What's going to be my Veronica, actually. And it's quite long and quite big.
She keeps blocking it. She wants it to grow faster.
I do. No, but you can see where I didn't block up here. You can see like these last maybe 5 ridges
that'll have
or so.
4 inches because you see this little section here. It's going to stretch it.
Well. Part of the reason why is because I'm using a yarn was a little different, right?
Which is what we just spoke about earlier.
Right.
Actually, this is a perfect example. No.
Yes, it is because it's Aran Moore. Is it Aran? It's called Aran Moore Light. Is it Aran Moore?
It's
Aran Moore Light. From who's it from, Dinah? Is it Kelborn?
The Fiber Company.
See, it shows you what I know. And the gauge is, it's a little bit lighter. But when we were looking at it, it seemed as though it would work based upon the information we got from the pattern. So that's why I'm blocking it because I changed a few things, but very small.
The pattern did call for a yarn that was lighter weight. And
it said worsted, though, on the pattern. It said worsted weight yarn. And that's what was deceiving, because then when we looked at the yarn, it wasn't worsted weight.
That's what I'm saying.
It was
they
like
used a
DK
yarn
weight.
that was finer,
right.
But the gauge was knit up to a worsted weight.
Correct.
So that's what you did.
Right. That's exactly what I did. So, of course, the pattern has excellent schematics in terms of inches that everything should be. So I think
Almost done.
Yeah, well, almost. I'm more than
FO.
halfway done. It's going to be, hopefully, from the next time we podcast an FO. I'm trying. But it's fun knitting, and I'm enjoying it.
Looks really nice.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. So.
Okay, guys, I found my list. I'm so bad with names, so forgive me. Marina from Sweden, Giselle from Canada, Mel from Australia, Inez is from Germany, and Jackie, who is Irish. Thank you all. It was lovely meeting you, and it was fun sitting in the podcast. No, it wasn't in the podcasters' lounge. We were in the tent outside, and I just needed to take a load off, and I just asked this random. I sat at a random table. I was by myself, and the women were so lovely.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
we
had a nice time.
So that's the thing with knitters.
Nice
knitters from all over the world.
You could just talk to
anyone. Like this bond,
amazing
connection.
Yep, it doesn't matter. Like I could have sat anywhere and I would have met lovely people. It was great, but the table I chose was the best.
There you go. Of course.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Good. Anyway,
what are you working on?
Oh, I totally forgot. So hello.
Oh, this is your
that
mermaid.
all you're working on?
I can't find my other thing. There are other things. I have the lace shawl that I'm doing, but I can't find my other thing.
Well, we had a meetup with Joan, who was kind enough to come in a second time to do the mermaid spell.
Joan Forgione.
She's the designer.
From Long Island.
And I was supposed to get the whole body of my shawl knit up.
Picot edge there?
But I didn't get any knitting done while I was away. So I caught up a little bit. I did my picot edge bind off.
You started your lace.
I did my garter stitch border. And I'm actually up to...
Show them a close-up of the lace.
The lace.
Lace edging. How pretty is that? Dinah's lace edging is done out of the...
Lunaris, which
from Inzula, which is their new... Is that sport weight? Or is it fingering the Lunaris?
I believe it's fingering.
It is.
You can't really
what's the difference then between Lunaris and Nebula?
The fiber content.
Oh, it is. Okay. Yep.
This has, can you see the stellina in there? It's really pretty.
I love that colorway. It's called Danny.
Yeah, the color is gorgeous.
Oh,
it's called Danny. It's kind of coming up washed out. Almost looks better from over here.
Mm-hmm.
But very pretty. So I'm working feverishly on that.
And you're on the lace section, so you're
almost there.
Almost there.
And then I did work a little bit on this piece. Like my bag.
That swirl.
Dive into it.
Yeah, right?
So,
ooh.
There's a story behind this because I kind of went, I did quite a bit of knitting on this. I actually knit this far or thus far, and then I ripped it all out.
So that's what you call is getting more knitting time out of your yarn.
Yes. I made a mistake. Yes, I made a mistake.
We all do that.
We all make mistakes. I neglected to put in the side waist shaping, and I decided that it was okay. And I went all the way up, and I went for a boxy sweater.
Yep.
Then when I got to the top for the bust line increases, my numbers were all wrong. And I thought I could tweak it and fudge it, and I could have if I really started crunching the numbers. But then I decided, you know what? I'm going to rip, and I'm really going to put in the shaping. So I don't know if you could see it, but there's
I do see that shaping. Yeah. It's ever so subtle.
Ever so slight, but it does go in.
Yeah.
And now it's out, and now I'm doing a bust increase. This is really interesting. It's a very different construction than I've ever done. Not that it's a sweater bottom up, but look at the Fair Isle at the bottom. The shaping is different. So there's waistline shaping as well as bust line, which I haven't really done in a sweater. So that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've knit up the sleeves.
You got a lot done.
And I have the second one here somewhere.
So it's from the bottom.
The bottom up. So basically, I'm almost at the join.
Can I pull out the pattern?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm almost at joining in the round, so that'll be exciting, and then I'll get to the full color work.
Is there a picture of it?
There should be. That's it.
Yeah, that way they can see the top of it.
Sorry,
it could always
guys.
be a surprise.
Ta-da!
Oh, that's lovely.
I love it.
Yeah, that's lovely.
So I'm kind of right about
here.
You're
just before the fun.
Exactly. So hopefully
just
I'll have
before the
FO.
party begins. Well, it's interesting, we were going to talk about this on a previous podcast, but how often, and I know I've done this recently, and I'm trying to remember on what, maybe Donna remembers, when we read a pattern, and we read it quickly, but we read it incorrectly.
Hello. What did I just do?
I know.
It cost me half my trip.
I know that I did that recently. Do you remember what I did it on, Dinah? Oh, on Love letters. Oh my God, that was like a disaster for me.
Wait, what did you
The
do?
love letter thing. Well, what happened was the pattern came out and it was a mystery. So Dinah got the clue, and it was done on a size,
You just did
a
this.
size whatever it was size 6 needle. So then the second clue comes out, and we say a size 6 needle, whatever it is. It was not a size 6, it was a size 4. So I start the
They
second
switched
clue.
it.
Yeah, and because, just because I saw it, I didn't bother checking, and I just went full steam ahead, only to have to rip that out.
Which is kind of what I did. I read the pattern. I thought it said knit to 14 inches, and I neglected to see that there was a whole section of the
Right.
shaping.
And then I did something else wrong in that too. I read it incorrectly, and because we read it quickly, and it's not that you can't do it, and which
I just
reminds
didn't take
me,
the time.
right?
But I'm so happy I ripped because now it's right.
And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it. And it reminds me. Remember, I mentioned earlier in the podcast that gal in Denmark who has a podcast. It's called. I just looked it up. It's called Fiber Tales.
Okay, no, I did not either.
And she was knitting. She had knit something. She was saying in her last podcast she knit something for her 3-year-old daughter.
Excuse me, the shop's open now.
Shop's open now. She had knit something for her 3-year-old daughter. It was a little tiny top with a little lace design. And when she was knitting the ribbing, it said to go 2 centimeters, and she read it as so many inches, and she went too far. And but she left it. It wasn't a big deal.
That I don't
So
know.
we do things
would
like that. I
imagine,
mean,
yes.
do you do things like that? I mean, it's amazing. I'm amazed at myself sometimes, the things that I read, but I don't read correctly because I'm looking at it too quickly. And in my mind, I think they know what I'm supposed to. I think I know what I'm supposed to do in the pattern, when in fact, I'm reading it incorrectly.
But I'll be happy to help you.
I'm
We're
sure it
just
happens
finishing
to
up the
everybody. I'm
podcast.
not the only one. But
Okay, all right. Bye, Cindy.
as Dinah said, she ripped out her sweater. It wasn't a big deal. I was just saying, does it happen to them that they read things too quickly? And, you think you know what the pattern's telling you to do. And you read it.
Leave us a comment. Let us know. And then we'll do a random number generator.
Yeah, absolutely. For a giveaway.
That'll be the next giveaway.
What are we giving away?
I don't know.
What could we give away? It could be a surprise, but
Do you guys need incentive? Do they need to see
well,
the
it's
prize?
always nice if they have incentive, I think. It could be I don't know, it could be anything. There's so many things I can't think. What do you think, Donna? What do you think? For spring.
I know what I'm going to gift.
What is it? I can't wait to hear it.
The little Jezebel project bag that just came in.
Oh, which one? The little one?
No, the one that goes on the wrist.
one that goes
The
on the
small
wrist, the
project
little
bag?
project bag.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
very
good.
cute.
Project bag, that would be
Yes.
nice. Maybe we'll put a knitting place pin on it
There you go.
and a little goodie inside.
So leave us a comment. Let us know if you jump the gun, knit fast forward.
But what do you do if you do it? Do you rip back? Or do you just say, you know what, it doesn't make a difference. I'm just going to go forward. Wrong needle size, it's not too bad. Too
Let us
many
know.
inches
We're
of ribbing,
curious.
I don't care.
For the most part, as a rule of thumb, I think in the shop, unless you're so far
It
gone,
depends.
we usually have our customers rip.
But there's a fine line. There are certain
Absolutely.
things that really
You can
don't make a
turn- yeah.
difference. It doesn't make a difference,
This is interesting. Let us know. This is a good one.
Well, you were on the phone. I was telling them that in her podcast, she was doing this little sweater for her daughter, and she read it incorrectly
Okay.
with the ribbing. And, she went too far. It was, it was supposed to be, 2 centimeters, whatever it was. And she went whatever. And she left it. She didn't rip it out.
Which is okay.
And then
That's
she
not-
did the right length of ribbing on the sleeve.
I mean, I
and on the neck.
modify all the
Right.
time.
Right.
I
But
need
there are
it
certain
longer, I
things.
need it fuller. But when we're not talking about that kind of
Right.
alteration.
Right. But there's
We're
certain
talking
things that
about-
don't make a difference.
That doesn't really make a
But
difference.
you are on your sweater. Now that was something you had to decide what to do.
Right. I thought I could just go boxy and I would have had no problem going straight up because typically I don't like a sweater that's so
Shaped.
form-fitting.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
But because of the way I didn't realize that it had the bust line increase, I didn't want to screw around with that. I could have probably fudged the numbers and I just didn't want to do it.
Well, the other thing interesting that she said in Fiber Tales on her podcast, that when she does some designing, but she said when she tends to knit a pattern from a pattern, she said, I just want to do it. She said, I could
As
change
written?
as written. She said I could change things.
Right. I typically change
like she
things.
had.
I do.
You do.
I do.
But she had in her sweater, she had issues where it wasn't written as well, and there was this eyelet pattern, and it was a raglan shaping, and so then it interfered with the design, and you could do things to it. I mean, that's more of like your sweater would have been more of a tweak for you to change the bust,
Right.
and to change that.
Right.
That's not like making the ribbing too, shorter or longer than they called
No,
for.
I would have had to change. The reason why I really couldn't, I could have tweaked it, but the reason why I didn't want to tweak it is because there's that whole yoke section.
Right.
And if I didn't have the right number of stitches,
It might not
it would,
fit right.
I wouldn't have had the pattern,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I didn't want to have increases or decrease in creating some kind of rouging right here in the yoke.
Yeah, not there.
So, no.
So again, there are certain things that.
And then once I saw the bust increase, I was thinking, wow, that's an interesting contour. I wanted to see how, that's something that I've never done.
A different thing. Yeah.
Right. So I wanted to see how that kind of a sweater would fit as opposed to something very straight or clean lined. So I'm really excited about it. Hopefully by the next podcast. I don't know. We'll
drop
see.
a comment below and let us know how you deal with
Get the Jezebel.
misreads.
Do you want to show them the Jezebel bag?
Sure, the
Small
one
I think it's right on the table, actually, on top. I'm not sure which color we'll pick, but it'll be one of these. They're very cute. Yeah.
And they're reversible, too.
And they're all reversible. Very cute.
So there's one that's
Love it.
cream.
It's like a little wristlet. You put it on your wrist. It's a little logo.
And this one, again, it's cream, but it
And
has
it's a project bag. How lovely.
light
Very
denim
well made.
inside. And this is light denim with the cream. So this is like the same bag, but it's
The inverse.
Yep.
Mhm. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry if we kept you too long.
Well, hopefully you're knitting, and we're making a promise to get back sooner
Yes.
on the next podcast. It will,
Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll do it.
And by the way, I'm Dinah.
Oh, we didn't say that.
From
I'm
the
Pam.
name, please.
I'm Pam Sapp on Ravelry and Instagram.
Right. So thank you for watching. You can find me at The Knitting Place on Instagram, on Ravelry, and on Facebook.
So now you've got to subscribe to the newsletter and subscribe to YouTube if you'd like to.
All right, of course. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the show. Thank you for tuning in, and we got to open the shop. So bye for now. Take care.
Have a good day. Happy
Bye.
knitting.